Hey everybody. Well, this was supposed to be the second part of the Twin Peaks stream episode discussion. However, uh, Uncle Bill did say that he wouldn't be able to be on the Twin Peaks one because he's doing No News is Good News. That's the first stream of that kind, I guess, or it was something that I believe Uncle Bill came up with. Um, I'm guessing it's going to be a kind of little rant type of deal where Uncle Bill and Rambo and Stuntman Mark talk about bad thing, like bad news type of stuff that has come out, regarding movies and stuff. And I don't think they're going to necessarily stick to horror. I think it's pretty much wide open. So I believe that's at 10 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Hey, Texas. Um, I was on their the Dead Pit fan commentary for Slaughter High last night, and so I just took the opportunity to ask Uncle Bill and maybe put him on the spot a little bit about not being able to come to the last two Twin Peaks episode breakdowns or episode discussions. And so he said, well, I'm doing something Wednesday, I'm doing something Monday, and maybe Tuesday. I don't know. So he said Thursday would work if I could do it on Thursday. So that is the plan for now. That the second part of the Twin Peaks episode discussion will be on Thursday night at starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we got that coming up. We got the Hitchcock stream tomorrow night, where, barring anything happening, Kelly and I will be discussing 10 more years of Hitchcock films. And we're edging ever closer to the biggest amount of films, of Hitchcock films, that people are probably more familiar with. Um, I'm hoping that some of these older ones, we got you guys intrigued enough to want to seek some of those out and watch them. And then, of course, Saturday, I will be having a watch along for Ghost House. So that's all the things I've got planned coming up as of now. Um, I'm not sure if I'll do anything Wednesday. More than likely, we'll not do anything on Friday, but we'll see. We'll see how things pan out. Texas, you say Wednesday is my birthday, so everything is canceled that day. Well, happy birthday early, Texas, in case I forget to wish you a happy birthday. Hey, Blissful. So, tonight, at first I wasn't going to do anything and was just going to take a little break. And then I thought, well, I can get on here for just a little while. And I came up with this idea of having like a little chit chat show. It's more like free form and loose and all that stuff. As I generally try to be, I don't really have a strict structure to these streams. But this is one where whoever's in here tonight, we can basically throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, kind of thing. You guys can ask me questions. You can suggest things for future streams. You can suggest ideas for future watch alongs. Um, it's just pretty much wide open, except like real super personal stuff. While this is not an Ask Me Anything show, I wanted to open it up a little bit where you guys can feel free to, ask me, if you've been thinking about a certain thing or wondering if I have a certain movie or how I feel about a certain movie and you just want to get my opinion on it, that's fine. We can throw that out. Um, and also, this is called Chit Chat and a Cup of Joe. And I don't necessarily have a cup. I have a glass of iced coffee drink because I don't drink hot coffee. Uh, but it's a reverse for tea. I drink hot tea and not iced tea. Um, and then I drink iced coffee instead of drinking hot coffee. So, if you want if you're a coffee drinker and you want to either during this stream, you want to drink iced coffee like I've got, or you want to fix you a single serving cup of coffee or fix a whole pot and pour you a couple of cups while we're doing this, that is perfectly fine because I didn't call it Chit Chat and a Cup of Joe for nothing. And also, I got that kind of that idea of I was looking for images on Google for Chit Chat, and that was one of the images that came up that I used on the promotion for this. Yes, Blissful, I am in total agreement with you. You say, "Oh, I love iced coffee." Hey, Darren, I'm hoping that you're continuing to be on the mend. Um, I know you had that nasty old stomach flu. Did did anybody, by the way, did any of you guys go over to Old Curly Jaw's Evil Bong commentary or watch along or whatever you want to call it? I was gonna go over there, but then of course I kind of invited myself to be on the fan commentary for Slaughter High, and CK told me the reason why he didn't initially invite me is because he didn't think I liked Slaughter High that well. I was like, oh yeah, I love that movie. Um, so um, I don't have anything specifically to throw out there to you guys. So again, this is kind of open forum night for you guys to, ask questions or, suggest ideas for things. And like I said, suggestions for future streams, suggestions for movies I can do watch alongs for, um, or we can just kind of converse a little bit back and forth. And Darren, you say still not 100%, but getting there. Thanks. Well, I guess it's better than having to spend all your time in bed, right? Because wasn't that what you were having to do? You basically were in bed and didn't have energy to do anything. Oh, cool, Blissful. You say Texas and I watched Sleepaway Camp last night. So, Blissful, what were your thoughts on it? And I really, this probably sounds kind of gross that I'm drinking a little Fireball whiskey and I've got my coffee drink and got a Diet Mountain Dew here. Those things don't really seem to go together, but I'm having a little pain, and sometimes just a little bit of whiskey will help shave some of that pain off. I've got a headache and stuff, and so it helps somewhat. Well, so you say you liked it. Well, I'm glad. I am so glad that Texas is kind of taking you under his wing, so to speak, and introducing you to a lot of these movies. Texas, you say she said she liked it. Well, I'm sure she wouldn't lie to us, right? So, just to kind of get things rolling around in people's heads, is there anything that any of you guys in here tonight um, have gotten in recently. Um, I showed a couple of things that I got, or three things rather, that I got in yesterday, which was the Twin Peaks limited run series, like the third season that was on Showtime of Twin Peaks. And I also got Killer Workout and Death Spa in. Um, Texas, you say Jonathan Tierson still cracks me up when he's cussing of a storm. Yeah, I mean that's got to be one of the most foul mouth young people I've ever seen in a movie. Darren, you say, have you ever did an Italian zombie movie stream? I don't think I have per se, Darren, but that is a good idea. One I would like to write down because that definitely could be something that I do in the future. Hold on just 1 second here. I think that would be a fun one, actually. Blissful, you said back in the day I would drink Mountain Dew, Monster, and coffee. See, I guess people have, really they have all different kinds of combinations of things that they might want to partake of here and there. Darren, you say Dirk ordered me 10 titles from the Kino sale. They don't ship to the UK, so it's a godsend. Oh my goodness. Bless Dirk's heart. That is really cool that he did that. It's a shame though that Kino doesn't ship to the UK. Texas, you say, only thing I ordered lately was the bundle of the three In Search of Darkness documentaries bundle, which I'll probably get in a month or so. Um, I think I got Steve a while back. I got him the In Search of shows. Yeah, I think that's very cool too, Texas. Oh, and because I was so ultimately jealous of um, Dirk's shirt from Gutter Garbs when he was on the City of the Living Dead watch along with me, I went on and purchased my own, um, which should be coming like Wednesday or Thursday of this week. Also, I ordered, and I know some people laugh about these enamel pins and stuff like that, but I did get a happy birthday to me enamel pin of the guy getting shish kebab, getting that skewer in his mouth. But I think that's coming later. I don't think those are quite out right now. Blissful, you say Texas is introducing me to the importance of DVDs. So, like in comparison with Blu-rays and 4Ks, you mean Blissful, or just in general? Because I mean, I've still got. Tell you what, this thing has been falling off of here more and more. It's because I've got a TV, a small TV, as my monitor. It's kind of hard sometimes to get these webcams to stay on here, I guess because of the way the bezel is on these TVs as opposed to a computer monitor. But man, oh man, I love having this small TV as my computer monitor. You don't own that mini Blissful? I've still got, believe it or not, I've still got quite a few DVDs because there are some movies that to this date have not come out in any other format except DVD, sadly. So I can appreciate the importance of DVDs. Texas, you say, I asked this question to Dirk and Darren. How much would be your go to price for an out of print Blu ray? So, um, so you're saying Texas, what's a price that I would find acceptable and willing to buy something at this price? Uh, well, the if it is in those terms, I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to getting some of these out of print jobbies, and I have given. I don't like to, but I have given around $75 for one. Um, but that is rare. That has to be something that I really want really badly and have no, really no other way to get a physical copy. I mean, I could get streaming copies. There's no doubt about that. But if, you know, that is my only option, like to get on eBay, let's say, and see what they're priced there and find the lowest possible price. But sometimes even that is not quite low enough. And some people would probably think, oh, wow, dang, $75, that's still unreasonable. And Steve would probably kill me if he knew I'd ever spent $75 on um, an out of print Blu ray. He would say, man, you're crazy. Why don't you just watch a non-physical copy? He'll say, I've got an HD copy on the hard drive. Why don't you watch it on there? Why do you actually got to go and spend the money? And I think it all goes back to that collector mentality a little bit and the need to have a lot of these titles in a physical copy. And it is literally a sickness. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It is. And it most certainly is with me. Texas, you say I'm introducing her to boutique labels and all. Well, that's pretty cool. Blissful, you say I was never a movie collector. Now I've changed my mind. Darren, you say I wish I had paid $60 for Four Flies now. Regretting that decision now. And Darren, I have went through the same thing with certain stuff. Um, you know, in this particular movie, Deadly Eyes, about the giant rats that Scream Factory put out a few years ago. I don't know why I didn't just buy it when it came out. It wasn't really that expensive. Now it's almost impossible to find unless you want to pay a really outrageous price for it. So that is one I regret. Um, and there are a handful of other things that I regret buying when I could have. Or regret staying on top of a release date for something because I've been known to do that. I hear about something coming out and then for whatever reason, I forget about it. And then it comes out and it might be super popular and sell out. And then I'm kicking myself for months afterwards because I didn't remember to go ahead and buy this particular movie. And Texas says, was that Severn that put that out, Darren? And Darren says, yes. Um, so I'll probably, just to give you guys a little heads up, because again, I'm not feeling the greatest today. I'm feeling a little worn out, and like I said, just feeling a little achy and just out of sorts. I had a stomach ache this morning, and I was afraid that maybe I was getting that stomach flu, but it seemed to have, dissipated. So that was good. But again, I'll probably stay on here a few minutes after 8, maybe a quarter after 8, before I get off of here for the night. And like I said, I did not want to come on here and be on here for like 2 or 3 hours. That was not my intention. My intention was just to get on here to do like a quick and dirty type of live stream, just to get my fix on doing the live streams, and then um, take a look at some Hitchcock movies that I can try watching some of those tonight in preparation for the Hitchcock stream tomorrow. Texas, you say, those bastards will probably have a limited run when the halfway to Black Friday sale goes on. That's how I got blood on Satan's Claw last year. Darren, you say it's definitely a sickness, but the way I look at it, at least you're getting something for your money, unlike drink or drugs. Exactly, Darren. Or even food for that matter. I mean, we all got to eat, right? But um, when you spend money on food, and I am guilty of wanting to go to restaurants and get fast food a lot of time, or even go to the nice sit down restaurants, the steakhouses and stuff like that. And Steve says, Dana, you should really sit down and see um how your money is just going. It's just going into this food, and you eat the food and you have nothing to show for it. So I definitely I definitely get that, Darren. I don't know why it's getting so hot back here. Maybe because I'm drinking alcohol, but I'm just drinking just a little bit and no more after this shooter glass. Texas, you say record collecting and movies have always been my drug of choice, with the exception of Blissful, of course. Oh, that's sweet. But if you have to have any drug that you're kind of addicted to, then record collecting and movies would definitely be the way to go, I think, Texas, the more safer route. Although not safer for your wallet, but safer for your body and your mind, definitely. Bliss, you say it's been music and books for me. Books are still one of my big things that I like to collect. Um, and music, I kind of have like a certain group of bands and musicians, singers, whatever, that I like to collect their stuff. Just like Stephen King, book wise, he's the one that I like to collect. The other stuff I could check out from the library or whatever, or get it at a used bookstore, and it doesn't necessarily have to be hardback. But Stephen King, on the other hand, I like to have all of his books, and I like to have them in a hardback form, if at all possible. I was hearing some dogs barking, and I'm going to take a peek at Sammy. I don't think it was him barking. I think it was a dog outside. Sammy seems to be doing okay. He's kind of looking around, but Texas, you say it was books for me too, except when I lost most of them in a fire. Oh, wow. That's a bummer. But at least, I guess we can look, if you can possibly look at the bright side of something like that, that you came out unscathed, right? Um, so really, nobody wants to lose their stuff, but um, when there are so many dangerous things, so many bad things that could happen. When people talk about things like car accidents or house fires or anything like that, and they come out relatively unscathed, I think that is a blessing in and of itself. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of messing with my Nest thermostat, my smart thermostat. Does anybody have any of those Nest smart thermostats or one of the other many types that are out there? Um, I like, I guess I'm a little lazy sometimes. I like having the ability to be able to just tell the devices around here to turn the thermostat down or to turn it on air, to turn it on heat. And then you never really have to get up and go over to the thermostat and do anything with it. Bliss, will you say, Texas, we need to start your book collection up again? Darren, you say, you're on this planet once, so buy and collect what you love. I'm a sucker for books and mags, too. I gave up on posters and VHS a while back. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a tug of war, pushing and pulling with different things. And some things, as we get older, some of the things we kind of leave behind. And then we might pick up some other things that we want to collect. Bliss, will you say, I had a shopping addiction. Now I'm sorting out the aftermath. Oh my goodness, I did a few years ago too. And that's how I ran up such a large credit card debt, which I never want to do again. But yeah, and that's all she wrote on the alcohol for tonight. I'm not gonna have any more. That's good, Texas, because I feel like, I'm not saying she ever thinks anything that you're going to get is a bad decision, but I am so happy that she kind of leaves it up to you to make the said decision. And I see what she's put there. Texas needs to treat himself more. And, I think it is good to treat yourself. And as much as I love Steve, and yes, I'm going to complain about him a little bit, as much as I love Steve, I wish that he had that understanding. And I've talked about this before. Steve feels that he has a right to buy or order or whatever, anything he wants. One, because he makes more money than me. Um, and two, he says he pays a lot more in bills than I do. So I guess he thinks that entitles him to be able to get more things. Um, but I get, those sideways glances or the stink eye or whatever. It seems like every time I order something, or buy something, or order food out and get it delivered. So I don't feel like I get to fully enjoy the things that are in Louisville, because I have to feel guilty every time I do something, every time I buy a meal and get it delivered, every time I buy a movie, the list could go on and on. So when I see a couple who are able to get along and not get in serious fights or disagreements about what the other is buying, because I never say anything about what Steve buys. Sometimes I might think it's a little foolish. Like, he goes from one thing to the other. At one time, he was into Bitcoin and all of that stuff, and now he's not. Then he got into silver, and he's bought, a couple of silver coins. He actually went to a coin shop here in Louisville and got a silver coin. And I'm all, I do ask him, I'm like, what are you going to do with that? And he says, well, I'm going to put it aside. And then when the price of silver goes way up, I'm going to sell it. And I said, how do you know the price of silver is going to go way up? He says, trust me, it will. But he said some of the same things about Bitcoin and those other, forms of currency that I'm still not yet familiar with. Bliss, you say Dana just makes soup, a lot of soup. Yeah, I absolutely love making soup. But the problem is, I like to make it, but I'm the only one that eats it at the house. Steve will not eat soup. And so, even though I will eat the whole pot of soup over a very short amount of time, um, when it comes to that, I can't make a pot of soup and both of us eat on it. I've got to make my pot of soup, and then I got to make Steve something that he likes. So essentially, I'm having to cook two different meals, and I just don't. I don't know. I don't like doing that very, very often. In Texas, you say, I really want that TCM 4K from Second Sight. As crazy as this may sound, Texas, I really considered buying the Second Sight one too, even though I had the Dark Sky Films one already. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Texas. You say, well, the way I look at it, it's our collection. See, Blissful, that is what I try to tell Steve. I tell him all of those things are not, I just don't think they're sustainable for long periods of time. And you say, oh, silver is unstable. Blissful, you say exactly, and you can freeze it. Yes, you can. You most certainly can. About soup, that is, guys. Darren, you say, I'm getting that second sight TCM for sure. I want to hear, what you guys think of the transfer after you get it and watch it. So, like I said, I'll probably stay on here till about a quarter after, 15 after 8, which is 8:06 now. But again, if you guys want to bring anything up, ask me anything. Give me some ideas for future streams, something that you'd like to see me do, stream on, or watch along you would like to see me do. Texas, you say, Darren, I may have to have you grab me one because most of the pre-orders say sold out. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the thing that you run into, and I catch myself more often than not getting in early on those pre-orders because I always have a fear that they're going to sell out. So, has anybody seen anything really spectacular lately that you want to bring up? Like maybe an older movie that you just discovered, or something you actually went to the movies and saw, or anything like that. I would love to hear if anybody has any stories they can tell about those two things. And I'm enjoying my iced coffee drink too, by the way. Yes, Texas. And let me write that down too. You say, I definitely want to do the John Waters retrospective. So I'm writing that down. as we speak. So I also wanted to ask everybody about their Easter, if their Easter went okay. And also, are there any horror movies in particular that have an Easter theme to them, that you like to get out around and on Easter, to watch? Bliss, what you say? I've been looking into flavored syrups for iced coffee and water. I'm still on the fence. That might be interesting. You'll have to let me know what you decide about that. So it looks like we're down to about three, which is probably a good thing because I'll be getting off of here soon. Um, Texas, you say I've never seen those Easter bunny ones. I have not either. So I really couldn't comment on those. Oh, that's so sweet, Bliss. What you say? Texas got me a beautiful gourmet Easter basket. Well, as I said, I believe it was last night during the Sunday night trash stream. I mentioned that Steve and I went to my mom and dad's, and my aunt Sandy was there, and my brother and sister in law and my two nephews were there, and we had a really great time. Mom cooked um, some delicious food. Dad grilled out and had hamburgers and hot dogs and brats and all of that good stuff. Ooh, that sounds good too, Texas. You say she got me a bag of Japanese snacks. So, what kind of Japanese snacks did you get actually, Texas? That sounds cool. I'm a little intrigued with that. I mean, is it like chips or is it something else? Um, oh, plus you have two packages for your birthday. Oh my. Well, Blissful, I wish I was less traditional. I wish that I could get creative like that. So I say kudos to you for not being traditional. I kind of thought maybe Uncle Bill and CK would be on here just early. Um, I'm not sure. I don't think CK is going to be on that. No news. It's good news, but um, Uncle Bill definitely will be along with Rambo and Stuntman Mark. Blissfully saying, I'm mailing him a huge box of happy everything. I told him to prepare himself. LOL. Texas, you say, so far, some animal crackers, a wafer chocolate fish cookie. There's a bunch of stuff, but I have no idea. Cool. Darren, you say, just looking now, texting it's saying the limited edition is sold out on Second Sight website. So during these last 2 minutes, is there anything else anybody wants to bring up or suggest or anything like that? Texas, you say, I saw that last night. Do you think any stores there may carry it? Well, that's a good question. Ooh. So Darren's going to do a little digging on that, which I'd love to hear how he fares as far as that. Again, I did want to remind everybody before I get off here of the future watch alongs. I already said this Saturday is Ghost House. April 22nd, He Knows You're Alone. April 29th, House on Sorority Row. May 6th is Death Ship. May 7th is Graduation Day. May 13th is The Prowler. May 20th, Eyes of a Stranger. And May 27th, Happy Birthday to Me. Oh, that's cool, Blissful. You say, oh, I'm starting my first horror short story. You'll have to keep us all posted on how that's going for you. Okay. Ooh. It's probably a good thing I'm getting off here in about, well, actually getting off of here now. But I do want to thank those of you that were in here tonight for this little chit chat and a cup of Joe stream. Like I said, it was just a little short stream to kind of get people up to speed on the changes I made into the programming, the streams for this week, and also allow you guys as regular um, visitors to my stream, regular chatters on my stream, to kind of throw some things around. And I think this has been fun. I'd like to do it again sometime. I don't know exactly when, but maybe again whenever I'm, not real full of energy and I can get on here and do another real quick thing like this. Um, but that's interesting, Texas. You say we should do some William Castle watch alongs. I'm gonna write that down too. Because William Castle was pretty much the master showman. So, again, I want to thank you guys, Texas, Darren, Blissful, all you guys kind of hanging out with me tonight and chatting. I think other people must have been in and out, but you guys were pretty much the steady chatters tonight. Um, and I really, really want to thank you for stopping by, even with the late notice. I really need to get myself where I don't do that, but damn it, I just keep doing it over and over again. Um, oh, thank you, Blissful. You say, Dana, you get rest and relax. Yeah, I think I'm going to relax and watch some Hitchcock and be prepared for tomorrow night's stream. And you have a good one too, Darren. Oh, dang, X-Ray's going to be mad at me. He says, sup, Daners? Yeah, because I'm just about to get off of here, X-Ray. This was just kind of a real short kind of stream. But if you are interested in Hitchcock, tomorrow night, barring anything going on, Kelly and I are going to continue our Films of Hitchcock stream. We're going to be talking about 10 more years of Hitchcock films. And we're starting to get into the more familiar ones for everybody. So you guys can look forward to that. Good night, Blissful. Good night, Texas. Good night, Darren. Good night, X-Ray Punch. And X-Ray, you say Daners is going to relax and watch old episodes of Hunter. Fred Dreyer gave her the vapors. Well, not actually. I'm going to watch some Hitchcock movies, though. Um, you have a great night too, Texas. And on that note, I am going to skedaddle on out of here for the night, and I will see everyone on the flip side. Y'all have a good night now.